everyone, and happy Sunday night. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend and you all had a great week 3 of our e-learning course. It's Sunday night. If you're watching this video tonight and you're getting a handle on what the week has ahead of you, that means that tomorrow your infographic project is due at 8 a.m. This is your first project of the course, so just make sure that you put every ounce of effort into it because it will be really important come 5th weeks and of course your midterms. So we're now entering into week 4 of our e-learning course. Many of you have a class in the virtual school as well as e-learning, so you're balancing the differences between a semester and a quadmester. Definitely challenging, but I think we're finally getting the hang of it. I know myself, I'm teaching in the VSS, so I'm trying to manage the pace of the virtual school versus the pace of e-learning, and it's very different. But I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable, so I assume that you guys are as well. This week is nice because it is a short week. You do have a PD day on Friday, and then you have Thanksgiving on Monday. So you have a 4-day weekend. So everything that's assigned to you this week will be due for you next Tuesday at 8 a.m. instead of Monday because Monday's a holiday, okay? So I'll reiterate that a few more times in the video, and you'll see that also in the deadlines and in the course calendar reflected there as well, okay? So last week we focused solely on the infographic assignment as well as the discussion post that you had. This week we move into a variety of different types of learning strategies, okay? So starting on Monday, we have a discussion post that has been posted for you. Now, with the discussion posts moving forward, you're going to see that I'm going to be asking you to make connections to the course content that you've learned thus far. So what that means is that for this discussion post, you have to read an article called Why Scientists Should Have Leadership Skills. If you go right into the discussion post in Brightspace, you'll see that it's all broken down for you there. So I'll just actually show you that now. Oops. So you go to communication and discussions. By now, you should know how to do this, obviously. But this is our second discussion post of the course. So it's good to sort of refresh and remind us of what my expectations are for discussions. So your second, your Why Scientists Should Have Leadership Skills is your third discussion post. My apologies. So it's all here for you guys. The article's been linked in here. You are required to read the article, but you're also required to make connections to our lessons from our course thus far. So yes, on Friday, you guys were assigned a lesson on managerial skills. So it would be expected that you would be making connections to the videos and the content from that lesson. Okay, so I'm going to be looking for that specifically in this discussion post. Okay, a reminder that for your discussion posts, you can create both a written or an audio response. And I challenge you to create a variety of different responses throughout this course. Okay, you also have to ask a question of your peers, and you have to reply to at least 2 peer posts throughout the week. So once you've done your post, you're not done the discussion challenge. You have to go back and read what your peers have written, comment on their posts, and the more you do there, the more you have opportunities to earn marks. Okay, so you've got 4 questions here, and don't forget to ask 1 question of your peers. This discussion post is assigned to you tomorrow on Monday, but it's due, the whole thing, so the post as well as the comments on your peer posts, next Tuesday at 8 a.m. Again, because Monday is a holiday. Okay. So that's what you've been assigned to do on Monday. On Tuesday, you've been assigned a case study. So case studies are basically business scenarios. So scenarios that might happen in a real business context. And what it forces you to do as a student is it forces you to take the concepts that you're learning in the class and it asks you to apply them to a real life situation. So it just kind of puts you in the leadership hot seat. Gives you an opportunity to say, hey, if I was in this position and I was the manager, what would I do? And of course, you have to connect it back to the concepts and theories that you're learning in the class, which of course is what I would be asking you to do. So this has been posted in Dropbox for you. The information has been hyperlinked in here as well, but you're required to do the reading of the case, which has been linked here. So you have to have a really good understanding of the situation, making sure that you're making connections to Van City in the case throughout your assignment. And then you're going to complete the question assignment. So you make you would create a Google document and you would answer the questions in your document, okay? Make sure that you're following along and make sure that you're answering all of the questions fully and that you're making connections to both the case and the content that we've learned in this course so far. This is also due in Dropbox on Tuesday at 8 a.m. On Wednesday, you've been assigned a lesson. Now, this lesson really isn't a lesson in terms of lots of writing or note-taking. There's actually, I think, 5 different links within that lesson to videos and articles that you need to read and watch. Again, you're expected to take notes on all of the videos and all of the articles, because as you apply them to your assignment, it's going to be about making those connections. So I'm going to be looking for, oh, did this student actually watch that video? Did this student actually read those articles? And how you would prove that to me is through your written work, making those strong connections. Again, it's not about your opinion anymore. It's about using the content that's given to you and making those connections very visible in your work, okay? So you go through all of that content, make strong notes in your notes for the course, and then you've been assigned the 3rd journal entry. This has been posted in Dropbox as well. And in this particular entry, you are going to have to include citations. That's been outlined for you in the document, okay? So it's going to require you to make some outside connections to what's been going on in our current economy as a result of COVID-19. And that means that you're going to have to go and do research outside of the links that I've provided to you. So you do have to include citations. And most of you have been doing citations so far. A gentle reminder, and I'll go over here in our Brightspace again, that under content, there's actually an entire folder for you guys of resources available to you to explore and expand on how to incorporate Chicago-style citations in your work. Okay, now I went through this in the first week of the course, so you should be familiar with this. And if you're not, it's because you probably really didn't do the work. So you have to go through this folder. There's a ton of resources here to help you understand how to use Chicago style. And I would start with this video. This is about an 8-minute lesson from me to you about how to use Chicago style. So you have to at this point, okay? You're in a grade 12 academic classroom. There's no excuses, and it is a requirement. And if you don't do it, I will be writing you back and saying, I cannot accept this work. You have to redo it, okay? So if you have questions, just send me an email, but it will be required for you for this 3rd journal entry, okay? All right, going back to our week. That is it. So we've got the discussion post, we've got the case study and the corresponding assignment. We've got the lesson with all of the articles and the videos that you need to watch and take notes on so that you can connect them to your 3rd journal entry, which is another assignment in Dropbox. This is going to require some outside research as it pertains to COVID-19. And all of that is due, these 3 assignments are due in Dropbox, sorry, not in the discussions in discussion post, 2 assignments in Dropbox, 3 assignments in total, due Tuesday at 8 a.m. because you've got a nice holiday weekend coming up, okay? Don't forget to do your 1 participation activity, which is your attendance check for the week. That's definitely important. And if you have any questions throughout the week, you know you can send me an email, and I'll be happy to answer and support you in any way. You'll also start to see some marks coming back, okay? So making sure that you're checking what your marks are, and looking at that feedback. And if you're having trouble seeing where that feedback is, I always write a little individual thing for each of you, making sure that you're reading that, because I'm looking that you're applying that feedback to your next assignment. And if you don't, then your mark will reflect that. Okay, so if you're having trouble with that, again, Brightspace can be brand new to some people and not for others. Again, you're gonna maybe need to reach out to me and ask me for help, okay? So that's our week 4 of our e-learning course. And that's pretty much it, okay? So if you have any questions, send me an email. I hope you have a fantastic week and are looking forward to a wonderful long weekend with your bubble, enjoying some Thanksgiving should you celebrate it. Definitely take some time to disconnect and get away from your screens. As much as our entertainment sources tend to be on screens today, it's so important for your mental health to get away from those screens, okay, you guys? Have a fantastic week. That's a wrap for now, and I will see you online.